Right, so we're back with Gareth. Good to see you again, Gareth.
Hi,
Nice to see you after a little while. And we're going to do a whole load of videos today on Chinese 8-ball. We're going to cover off the table, your recent experiences out in China at the start of the year. We're going to go through the rules and everything. So first thing then, let's talk about the table. So tell us about the table and how it differs maybe to a snooker table, how it's similar to a snooker table, to an English pool table or American table. Run us through the actual table itself.
Right, well, the table is 9x5, which is the same size as an American pool table, but as you can see, the pockets are actually really tight. They're actually the same cut pocket as a match snooker table, but obviously we're playing with American sized balls, so you know you've got a bigger ball going into a smaller pocket. And as you can see, if we put two balls in, the pockets do play sort of really tight. So the main difference is the tightness of the pockets, you know, are really tight as opposed to an American table, and even opposed to a snooker table, you know, because you've got the same cut pocket but with a bigger ball than a snooker ball going into it. So you can imagine how tough to play up the cushions.
So the table itself is made by Joy, Chinese manufacturer, and is the Joy table the table? There's no other manufacturers really making that table. That is the table that's used throughout China for Chinese 8-ball?
The Joy tables are the premium brand of Chinese 8-ball tables. Right. They sort of select themselves to be, you know, the top end tables, and you know this table weighs over a ton in weight. You know, the thickness of the slate, the hardness of the wood, you know, everything about the table is high end.
So have you ever played on a table that's like this before?
No, I've never played on a table that plays or is anything like this. There's 3/4 snooker tables in the UK which are 10x5. Mm-hmm. Obviously this is a bit of a unique size, 9x5. So no, it's a complete, you know, new game, and it's actually, you know, a Chinese game, and actually 80% of the people that play cue sports in China play Chinese 8-ball. Mm-hmm.
So looking at the specific details of the table then, let's look at the cloth then. So what cloth is on it?
It's a nap cloth, so it's a Strachan number 10, so it's again the same table, the same cloth that would be used on a match snooker table on the TV. So we've got a nap cloth with the American balls, with obviously extremely tight pockets, played 8-ball basically, spots and stripes instead of reds and yellows, which most people would be familiar with the English game. But it's exactly the same in the sense of there's just spots and stripes instead of reds and yellows, but with the American size balls.
So we've got American balls, but we've got an English pool style or snooker style cushion, haven't we?
Yeah.
So these cushions, from seeing you playing on this just now, are extremely responsive.
Yeah, the cushions are steel blocks, which is the same as a snooker table, so they're steel reinforced behind, which give a huge bounce off the cushions, and you know, a natural bounce every time. So yeah, the cushions every single cushion's steel reinforced.
Mm-hmm. And when you're playing, you know, the table obviously plays very fast. When you found when you've been playing in the tournaments, is it even faster? Yeah, the
tables are even faster, because obviously on the TV, you know, the TV lighting, and you know they have heaters underneath the tables, which make the tables run even quicker. Obviously you've got a brand new number 10 cloth, which is double shaved. To you know, obviously they don't last very long, but they obviously play beautiful for the tournament. So yeah, they actually play, you know, actually twice as quick really as this table would play.
So they're all heated then, the ones you've been playing on out in China?
Yeah, they're all heated and all double shaved. So yeah, you know, obviously they're extremely fast, and obviously with the weight of an American ball coming off the cushion, you know, the bounce off the cushions, you know, is really quick. So yeah, it's a lot more difficult to get used to the pace. Okay, so let's look at some of the details of the Chinese 8-ball table. The thickness of the slate here is, as you can see, extremely thick. It's you know, probably a little bit thicker than a snooker slate, which obviously where a lot of the weight comes from. This table actually weighs over a ton, so that's more than a snooker table weighs. That's 12x6. This table's 9x5, so you can imagine, you know, the weight of this table is, you know, is incredible. Also the legs. They use a wood that's imported from France, and they say that the wood's that strong that you can't actually knock a nail into the wood with a hammer. Onto the cushions, like we said, are steel reinforced, so there's a huge piece of steel that goes all the way behind this cushion, and it actually slides off in one piece. So just the weight of one single cushion alone is extremely heavy. So obviously the table all combined weighs, I think it's 1.2 ton, so an incredibly heavy table. So just to give you an idea of how tight the pockets actually are, I've got two of the balls here. As you see, if we put them side by side, you can just see that two balls actually go nowhere near the opening of the pocket. So if you just come around and have a look at actually potting this ball into the middle pocket from there, as you can see, there's not really anything to aim at into the side of the pocket there. So just to give you an insight at how tight the pockets actually are at the cushions, we've set a ball up here. So when you actually have to do something with the cue ball, you know, so this time I'm going to try and screw the cue ball back. If the ball touches either knuckle, you know, so the near knuckle or the far knuckle just slightly, you know, you can see how the pocket won't take it. So that was played with pace. Obviously, even just potting the ball when you don't have to do much with the cue ball is still tough, so we'll just play this at a bit of a softer pace. See that there? That was actually pretty good, and it actually still bobbled and only just dropped in, so certainly up the rails you have to be so accurate. Okay, so we're going to be looking at potting a ball into the middle here, and just to show you from the other side just how acute the angle is, I'm going to pot this into the middle from quite an acute angle, but as you can see, there's not really anything to aim at, and certainly if you have to do anything with the cue ball, it's almost impossible. So this shot that we've set up here, the only way to pot this is to actually just drop it dead weight. So something like this, and you can see just how tight that opening is. Anything just near knuckle or far knuckle, there's no way the pocket will accept it, and like I say, especially if you've got to do anything with the cue ball, it's almost impossible to play that any harder than I just played it.
So for more videos from Gareth Potts, please visit homelessdirect.com/TV.